Hello everyone, welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot. Don't worry, Timsy is not naked. The tarot reads are naked, by which I mean I strip out as much astrology as I can. But today we are doing a Signs on Sunday, an extremely late Signs on Sunday. For some of you, this would definitely be a Signs on Monday. For others of you, it's going to be a Signs on Sunday evening. Okay, anyway, let's get back to it. It will be just generalization, okay? Possibly specific messages for maybe a few of you within this, but for the bulk of you, it's just a general thing we're doing. Okay, Signs on Sunday is just where I take basically the letters of the alphabet and we look at various different signs from those various different letters. And today we are doing R for running. Okay, so that's what I've chosen for my topic this week is going to be running. I will start as always with my interpretations. Okay, so my interpretations I thought of when I first started thinking about running for our sign this week is making haste. Okay, like trying to get somewhere fast, time running out or running short, if you will, running late for something, being unfit or in need of more exercise in your life. Well, all the things I thought about was for signs of running. Maybe just being a need to move on, to move from the place you are and go to a different place as well. And sport, obviously, because running is greatly associated with sports. Lots of sports actually sort of center around running. Okay, so your signs, as always, can come to you in many ways and shapes and forms. They could be images on the back of vehicles, lorries, for example. They could be the word is partly in a number plate, and when you read that number plate or the registration plate, you just see the whole word there. When you read it, generally that is a big sign, because if the whole word isn't there, but you see it and read it initially as running, then that's a strong sign that it might be for you. You should always take in the situation around you as well. If you were thinking of a certain person or a certain thing when you saw the sign, chances are that sign is about that. Again, you might hear some conversation, overhear some conversation, I should say, where they're talking about running. Like, God, he was running like a bat out of hell or something like that, and and that's the only bit of the message or conversation you hear as the person walks past on their mobile phone. So yeah, your signs come, as I said, in many ways, shapes and forms, whatever way they resonate for you at the time. Sometimes we see the signs and we don't always understand them, and sometimes we don't even notice them. Okay, now if you can imagine the energies that mediums put on and tarot readers put on as a river, and as you might know, some tarot readers or mediums actually called it the river, and you think of them as all having various different energies, okay, and those energies are currents within the river. Some are going fast, some are going slow, some are deep, some are shallow, and they all interact with each other, and in certain places they make whirlpools or eddies or whatever you want to call them. So that's kind of like what mediumship and tarot readers actually put on. Now, so if you can imagine that as your river of energy, you don't normally see, okay? When you're getting signs and synchronicities, that's when you're seeing that river. But what you're seeing is leaves caught in the river. If you can imagine your river has trees near it, and the trees shed their leaves and the leaves float down the river, one gets caught in a little whirlpool and it spins round and round and round and round, and that's what you notice. That's your sign. Okay, I'm not saying your sign is about leaves. We're not doing signs about leaves. We're doing signs about running. But in an energy sense, that's what you see. You see where that vortex is. You see where the coming together of two energies are, like a riptide. If you've ever seen a riptide on the sea when you're at the beach, the two waves are coming in from different directions, and they cause a major current which flows back out. That's a riptide. Okay, so yeah, all that being said, let's get back on to what the signs of running actually is. well, I went on the internet. I've told you my bit. I went on the internet to see what the World Wide Web had to tell us about it. And, well, to be honest, not much. Okay? Not in the sense of a spiritual meaning of running, the signs of running, anything like that. There just wasn't much at all. In fact, no matter how I really phrased the whole question, it kept sending me to the same website about someone doing a marathon. Okay, I can't remember what the website was off the top of my head, so I didn't bother going there. So a lot of the signs we are dealing with actually just deal with dreams. Okay, and so yeah, so we are just mainly dealing with running in dreams. But as I said, you might see your signs on the back of lorries. You got to take into account what you are thinking of. Yeah, maybe you heard a song that reminded you about a departed loved one, and then you saw the sign for running, and so you have to connect all that together. Okay, so let's go over to page. So if you're dreaming of running towards a person or a situation, it's normally a good sign if you're running towards something. Okay, and this translates into being on the right path. You're pursuing the right path for your goals. Your goal being the end person or the end something you are running towards, and you're dreaming of running towards it, and you're getting closer and closer. It means you're approaching the end of the journey, and you're on the right path for your soul's journey or your spiritual journey. If you dream of running with no clear goal, okay, you're just randomly running around like headless chicken, but you don't really know why, you don't know where you're going, you don't know who you're running to. You could possibly be running away from someone, but you don't really know who. This all has something to do with an unhealthy obsession you have. Okay, now this unhealthy obsession could be absolutely anything. You could have a romantic unhealthy obsession on someone or on a situation. You might have gambling addictions, you might have drug addictions, and they're your unhealthy obsessions. Maybe you eat nothing but McDonald's. That could be your unhealthy obsession. I don't really know what it is. You will know what it is, but I don't. Okay, I don't often dream of running, so not really falling into my category. More often than not, it is connected to your love life somehow. Okay, I've got something squeaking. I don't know what's squeaking. Okay, so if you're dreaming that you are running away from someone or something, this means that you are trying to escape a situation that has triggered fear or anxiety within you. Okay, perhaps there's a certain person you always feel scared about, and that could be who you're running away from in your dream. Or maybe it's some sort of faceless, nameless monster you're running away from. Either way, it's something that causes and raises fear and anxiety within you. And the whole point of this dream is running away from it. Is you keep running, it keeps following. Okay, so it's kind of telling you have to turn and face the fear. Okay, because that's the way to stop it. You have to turn. You've got to stop running, turn, face the fear. If you are being followed by some nameless or faceless entity, monster, scary thing, whatever you want to call it, then you also have to look into that. What is that fear? The fear or the anxiety you are running from is in your conscious unknown. Okay, but in your subconscious it is known, because that's where your dreams are coming from. But your subconscious is also telling you that, well, when you wake up and you try to interpret this dream, you won't know what you're running from. So you have to start taking a deep dive into your own life to try to work out what the hell is actually making you apprehensive or nervous. Now, again, these sort of things could be absolutely anything. It could be maybe that you've seen someone you like and you want to approach them and ask them out on a date, and that could be what's raising the anxiety. It's been a long time since I was on the market, and I haven't asked anyone out on a date, and I don't know how they do it these days, sort of thing. Or possibly, well, what if she says no? That would devastate what little self-esteem I have of myself, and kind of like that. So you have to look into what is actually causing the fear and anxiety. If it is a faceless pursuer you are dreaming of. Okay, so oh, I've kind of skipped, I think. Have I gone back a page now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Every time I do this. Right, okay, so I really have to leave spaces between my things. When you were dreaming of running on your own, or running away from your own shadow, I should say, this would suggest that you are heading towards some sort of trouble, yeah, or troubled times, and a hard patch in life, or whatever it may be. Take heed of these dreams, because again, these dreams are saying that you have to turn and face things, otherwise they will get worse. Okay, as you know, as the sun sets, the shadow will get longer and longer. It will get bigger and bigger. Okay, the longer you're running from something, the more likelihood is the sun will set on the situation, and your shadow, which you are running from, will get bigger and bigger. So you have to turn and face it before it gets worse than it already is. If you're dreaming of running for just sheer pleasure, you're in the park, you're running around, and it's just for a bit of fun for you. There's no underlying reason why you're doing it. You're not being chased by anyone. You're not chasing anyone or anything like that. This indicates that you are just perfectly happy and content within your own life and your own choices. There is nothing you would like to go back and change, and there's nothing you're majorly wishing for in the future. It's just, well, life is what it is, and I'm happy in it at the moment. Okay, if you dream of running for no reason, okay, so yeah, all the other ones had reasons. They had goals. The last one, the goal was sheer pleasure. The two before that, you're running away from something, be it a shadow or a faceless monster. The first one is you're running towards a goal. You're trying to get hold of the goal. Now, if you're just running for absolutely no reason whatsoever, this is actually a sign that you are feeling alone, or at least you are in your soul. Perhaps you have hollow relationships or something like that, and your soul is yearning out to have something long-term and loving. Okay, I didn't really bother having a look into Vikings or ancient Egyptians or the Native American Indians or anything like that, because, well, we're dealing with running. Yeah, what did they think about running? Well, they thought they got to places faster if you'd done it. That's what I mean. It's I would imagine if I weren't getting much on what is the spiritual meaning of running, I probably wouldn't have got much more of what's the spiritual meaning of running for Indians, what's the spiritual meaning of running for Vikings. I may have been wrong. I may have to do maybe an update video on this. I might have a bonus signs on Wednesday or something like that, when I sit down and my curiosity gets the better of me and I actually do look and think, oh my God, there was so much more I could have said. I might do a top-up video for it, because we are now coming to an end. So, as we are now coming to an end, it is a quick one today, okay? But that is just simply because I was not finding much on the internet, and what I was finding was just being repeated quite a lot. So, yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I hope you all tune in next Sunday for next week's Signs on Sunday. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will catch you all soon.